Alright, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Let's play with this week of Shipyard Champions. Scores for last week. Galari, first place, 21 points. Producer Brosely and Panzergraf was second and 17. Stealth in third was 16. Fourth place is tied between Lost Galaxy and Brother Monroe, 10. And then fifth place for us. And this week, I'm the Game Master, Grandmaster. I'm the Dungeon Master. So, the challenge for this week. Take on an equal enemy-sized task force consisting of 3 battleships, 3 heavy cruisers, and 6 destroyers, but no command will look more favorably upon you should you complete the mission with older or fewer ships. Though more ships can be requested if felt required. So, obviously, year 1950, nation. I'm going to choose USA versus... USA versus Britain spat. Colonial War is round 2? Round 2. Yes, I think it's round 2. No, round 3, 1812. What time of day? Your choice. Some points set to random. I'm going to keep it at random. Starting range 30 kilometers. Unlock off. So we have some pre-battle options to choose from while I'm explaining. So we can take an extra point per 5 years lower technology compared to the enemy. And then every 20 years of tech, so example, we go to 1930, we can either take an additional ship of battleship, heavy cruiser, and 2 destroyers for free at no point cost, or 2 more points for that 5-year step. 1 point per battleship or heavy cruiser, or per 2 destroyers left behind at port when the fleet sails. I wrote these myself and I'm still stumbling over them. And minus 4 points to have 1 additional battleship, heavy cruiser, and destroyers assigned to your fleet. The one-time, injection thing outside of any ships gained due to taking lower tech level years. And then optionally, the mail must go through. Head of State has sent some personal mail aboard the ship. Successfully protecting it will earn more favor of command, but beware the Head of State's wrath if the ship is sunk. Add 1 transport ship to your fleet, and 5 points if it survives the battle. 5 points lost if it dies. So I'm going to take that. And then for battle scoring overall, 3 points per battleship sunk, 2 points per heavy cruiser sunk, 1 point per destroyer sunk, and minus 2 points if 75% of your task force is sunk. So it's basically a bit of a blind bet between admirals. A bit, and also, not running your ships directly into the enemy too much, hopefully, maybe. It's entirely possible. So, I am going to take... Because we could leave some ships behind at port and take points, or lose tech years. I'm gonna lose some tech years. I'm gonna lose... You stay alone. I'm going to drop down to 1930 for the 4 points and take an additional ship of each type and leave it at that, I think, for point. I forgot to mention for the 20-year mark of each step, the rules. You can take 2 points instead of 1 point. So, it depends. Some admirals may take the 2 points instead of the 1 point. I think I'm going to... This will give us 2 squadrons of destroyers to work with. So I'm plus 4 points from the start right now. I'm actually going to leave a heavy cruiser behind. Say equal on heavy cruisers. Even though they're going to be not as good. Yeah, let's go with this. So we are going to be slightly ahead in terms of ships, but they are going to have guaranteed basically Mark V guns across the board, which They're very, very accurate, and they hit very, much more faster reloading, much more accurate, much longer range for everything. And they also they'll probably have access to the modern 2 armor, which so they'll be better protected. I'm gonna leave water and daytime at random. That's an extra point. So off bat, we got 6 points from the start. So not too bad. Of course, you could theoretically, you could go all the way down to 1890 in terms of just tech disadvantage. We're probably not. Well, I mean, if you go to 1890, that actually could be a way to potentially score points. And depends how things go for other admirals, because there's only 2 points if you lose 75% of your task force is sunk. There's nothing saying you have to sink at least X number of ships on the enemy side. So, let's go and design a ship. Or ships. Design the fleet. Pardon the short break there, but I actually had an interesting thing for a side thing. Alright, Colorado battleship. I think we're gonna have to go to super battleship. Just because we're gonna need all the stuff. There is no whatchamacallit. Why is this there it goes, finally. Thank you. There is no oil 2. Huh. Yeah, we don't even have modern. Standard veterans. But yeah, I definitely think we're gonna need this. What's your hull speed? 33 knots. And Cruisers, or Citadel is large, but that's fine. Interference down is also is a guaranteed mount for front. And that's basically centered, actually. Let's see, mega funnel. That centered the hull basically perfectly. We're gonna have to do some induced. No, let's go to forced. A little bit of forced or balanced. No, forced. We're gonna go Citadel all or nothing. Anti-flood 3. Reinforced bulkheads, which is increasing our pitch. You would think that would... Okay, so something's going on with the triple bottom hulls. It's hull weight that's just changing this pitch stuff. I'm pretty darn sure. Not particularly great. Considering this is all stuff that's low down on the hull. Like, that shouldn't be increasing pitch that much. Go down to a little bit of anti-torp. That's not great. The fact that that does that. Like, this should... that's not great. Okay, so gun choice. Alright, so yeah. Well, we could be potentially facing quad Mark 5 20-inch guns versus our guns. So I don't think we want Mark 1s. We definitely don't want Mark 1s. What's a triple? Triple is Mark 3. And that we would be engaging immediately. Let's just... I wish this was also just, instead of buried in here, assume 200 for the armor penetration thing for the moment. This belt are not terrible. This may just end up being like a Montana. style design. Big. 16 triple. We may also go to quads. There are still Mark 3s. We'll see how everything goes out. TNT 4. Obviously, 2 powder. Yes, we'll go 2 powder. Auto 1 reloading. That. Increase armor piercing. Standard ratio. Cap ballistic 2 with a cap ballistic HE. That's 31 kilometers even with 2 powder. I mean, not the most accurate at that range, but it's out to that range, and it's still over 1 round a minute. The best. No coincidence rangefinders. That's 1% basically. It's or 0.5% rather. Gen 2 radar. Which will improve gun long range accuracy. It went up by a 0.1%. Acoustics, we'll give it hydro. Just a little bit of hydro. RDF. Barbettes. Barbette 5. I mean, that's a bit more understandable considering the fact this is higher up in the ship. Yeah, aft weight offset slightly, but we can fix that by... We do need secondary guns. Okay, the quad 5-inch mounts just look interesting. They are a very, very interesting design. Let's put it that way. They are very interesting. I'm gonna have to drag you back a little bit. I'm pretty darn sure. How was your angle of fire there? Yeah, that's still good. Drag a little bit back. Get to end up dragging all this a little bit forward, I think. Are you complaining about floor? What? No, don't complain. You are fine there. A little bit forward offset. That's fine. Drag this. There'll be a little, it's a little passageway for the lads between the ship, fore and aft. That also gives very good angle of fire to this top gun here. Let's actually move that out slightly. Move this gun forward a little bit as well, just to give better angles of fire. Secondary. Yeah, that's a little bit, again, a little bit of aft weight offset, but that's fine. This should also hopefully see off any and all destroyers. And then comes the armoring. Okay, kilometers, yeah, it should be okay. It's all fine. So, armor. This is going to be longer range, so... 10-inch deck. Yeah, that actually fit on there pretty well. A 24-inch main belt, or 20-inch main belt is the maximum we can do. Speed 4. Oh, that can go up. 6.4-inch inner. We also need to increase the deck. 0.5. 1.2. We're actually not that badly overweight. I mean, we're immune to our own guns out to 17.5 kilometers, so at least in the Citadel section for sure. Actually, in Citadel, I think we're immune to our guns, period. So just go to 6. That's almost, actually. Put 2 there. There we go. She's just squeaking in 2 tons under. A little bit aft weight offset. Pitch is still high. Engine efficiency is not the best. She is symmetrical. That is good. That's very, very good. Recording yet? She's still recording. I did stop recording for a brief second. Alright, that's that. Heavy cruiser time. 100 heavy cruiser 2 or 1? Of 2. Secondary tower. It's gonna be a little bit of half weight offset. Well, that's actually insanely efficient. Radar Gen 2, coincidence, RDF, and go up to sonar 2. Who we want? Crop 5. Wing Citadel. This is massive hulls where it's a major problem. Your turbines. Oil 2. What is your hull speed? Your hull speed is 29.5 knots. And we're still perfectly efficient. As all things should be. Okay. Main gun, center line. We'll go quad 8-inch. They're Mark 4s. They are Mark 4s. Effectively make a Super Des Moines. With, not quite fully auto loading, but yeah, auto loading. What was that? 16-second reload times? Is pretty good. AT4. I think we actually want gun range. Ballistic with soft caps. Standard ratio. How many ammunition per gun? Ammo is 640. 5x4 is 320. 160 rounds per gun. 80-80. Not too bad. Not too bad. Natural boilers. Secondary guns. But I'm gonna go. Oh, all done. Job's done. But no secondary guns. Go and stuff these in where we can. It is gonna introduce a little bit of aft weight offset. There we go. They fit there. They gotta be rotated at odd. Okay, yeah, it didn't auto duplicate. But in fact, they actually fit there. Alright. I mean, that's definitely interesting. It's a good concentration of firepower, roughly midships. Again, we are slightly aft heavy with this Des Moines. I mean, it's quad that is supposed to be gun range. That is actually gun range up. What is it compared to standard? Excuse me, thank you. 18.7 versus 8. Is it actually doing this thing where gun range is decreasing still? Gun range is still decreasing despite saying, oh no, gun range goes up with super heavy standard ammunition. That's been in there for a while. Let's give increased ammo, just so that there is more rounds to fire down range on everything. 12 kilometers isn't too bad for these 5-inch guns. Good. All right, now cruiser time, or armor time. The time this gets into range and firing, it's gonna be closer. So I'm gonna armor the deck more, or belt more. 9-inch, 4.5-inch deck. This actually fixed its pitch problems, which is good. It's very good. I mean, it'd be nice if the battleship could do that too. Although this is a very interesting looking funnel. So just protect the deck as much as possible on the way in. And then max out the belt as well. No. 9-inch. Get 9-inch deck. Max out the deck armor, considering it is going to have to take or be under fire for a little bit in order to get into range. They should be very good at just demolishing destroyers, and should also be able to engage enemy cruisers to a degree. Depends what the AI decides to build. It really depends what the AI decides to build. 4 belt. We'll give it a 3-inch 4 belt. Also increase the 4 deck to 4 inches, just to try and oh, that's a little bit too much. Put 3 inches on the aft deck, and 4 inches main belt, or 4 belts. There we go. And we're also starting to get close there. Go for a little bit more speed. 3-2. I mean, we're starting to run into less engine efficiency. Just slap an advanced funnel on there. And Bob's your uncle. I mean, aft weight has just massively increased, but nope, didn't mean to grab that part. You don't actually fit any farther forward. You fit farther forward. No. I then delete this funnel. I can, and she's perfectly balanced, as all things should be. And doing 32 knots, which is basically the speed of the battleship. Excellent. And she's pretty uniformly battery armed as well. Could also just throw on some quad 2-inch guns. A couple single barrel 2-inch guns just to, but in places where, you know, it's complaining. There. Oh yeah, we can, hold on, can we fit quad 2-inch guns up there? I mean, they complain about no angles. What about the triple? Nope. Double? Nope. Nope. Alright, I guess it's just the one on top of the 4 turret. Although that does cause problems with the aft or with B turret. So we'll actually delete it. And other than that, I think it's just as superstructure armor. Give it 2 inches of superstructure armor. Yeah, so we actually come in a little bit under tonnage for this. Maybe slight aft weight offset, but that's fine. Pitch is under control. Same with roll. All right, destroyer time. Build the destroyer. Yeah, destroyer leader. Yes. It still looks like it should have... Yeah, it's got slots there for funnels to hook onto. Probably designed to be there with a... funnel there. Even fit a funnel in there? No, you can't. Probably if you do that. Okay, so that snapping there is absolutely useless, considering, except for even then, no, that's just absolutely useless slots for funnels then. Okay. A little bit forward offset, but that's fine. Triple 5-inch guns. Definitely. Oh, we also need an aft tower. Large barbette tower. Put that back there. Torpedo launcher is also required. Get a triple deck tube anywhere? No, we can't. Well, we could. Radar, for instance, we have to increase the beam of the ship slightly. What takes you to design hull speed? 35.5. You're still good efficiency-wise, which might be able to demolish that. And that's actually good efficiency-wise, and that actually means we can throw more torpedoes back here. Get a pair of launches instead of just the one on the same mount. This forward. Forward a little bit. There we go. Forward offset is not the best. Good, but... Oh, so I'll actually drag that... Nope, stay up there. Nope, stay up there. There we go. And we're going to be slightly bow heavy, but that's actually not too bad for destroyer. Capitalistic 2. High capacity. And a ratio. 22-inch torpedoes. RDF will also give you sonar 3. 2. Auto 1. TNT with 2 powder. 2 powder. 10.6 kilometers. Also, light shells. 11.2 kilometers. Isn't too bad. 10 rounds a minute. Pretty good. We're gonna lose some armor penetration with the light shells, but fine. Center propulsion. 2 electric. 15 kilometers. I'm gonna keep the 15-kilometer range torpedoes. That could come in very useful. Anti-flood. Yes. Bulkhead, we'll also give it Ox, Gear 2 turbines, 7 oil. Barbette, obviously. Shaft there. Oh, so only 1 inch. Yeah, alright. I guess we're just maxing out the armor. Which is apparently very little. Oh, no. Right. Almost. Keep that up. Got the main deck a little bit. There we go. 5 tons under. It's not the best destroyer I built, I think, but it should do relatively well. And it's actually armor. I mean, all the armor might end up doing is, I mean, it is proof versus uh AG shells from 5-inch guns, and it will maybe bounce stuff at long range from armor piercing. Maybe. But at least 5-inch caliber armor piercing. So maybe. Then again, these are light shells, so they do suffer penetration loss, unless that's also backwards. Like the gun range is backwards. But yes, that should be that. And then we also have the one transport, which God only knows what that's going to be, or what it's going to be armed with. It could be nothing. It could be everything. We will find out. Let's see what the AI is built. Oh boy. Building battleship. Yes, you are. Comes down severe penalty in gun accuracy. Yes, it is. And this is the latest version of the game, which is 0.04, 1.4.0.3 live RX2. You know, there might be a problem going around of uh, nations just deciding to build submarines once they get them because maintenance might be a little bit high in the campaign at the moment. It has been a while since I played the campaign myself, but they did buff income by 10%, then also increased the cost of fuel and shells. Okay, so depending on the amount they increased, it was a non-increase in terms of maintenance. I'm really curious. This is the longest it's built. The AI has built something custom battle for a while. It probably doesn't know what to build, considering the massive tech advantage it has. I mean, could play into it. Reloading, creating ships, vision of Colorado. There it is. There's the sound. Fall River. All right. Mertz, Abbott. Trade derivatives. Agincourt. Oh boy. Oh, I wonder if that's a allure to whatever the AIs decide to build. Ghost Hawk or Ghost Hawk, Scorpion. Okay, weird split up of destroyers there. That's a Nelson style. Definitely Nelson style. That's a very interesting heavy cruiser. I wonder if that's a command heavy cruiser. And the destroyer actually appears to be pretty well armed gun-wise. To the north. Somehow I actually don't have contact with them. Oh, and they've actually spied the battleships. Oh, there they are. Hello there. AI. AI. Why have you gone with 13.1-inch guns? 6.3-inch guns. AI, please. Please, AI. You could have built something so much better. I mean, they're actively out of range, though, at the moment, so... you gotta give that to them. Yeah, we'll just have these guys screen. That's fine. Screen, and... I'll just fold you guys into the same division. Speed up time. And that's the Russell hit by 13.1-inch shells. And Des Moines is hit but on fire. She's not partial pens. Okay. AI, seriously, what did you design? There we go. First return shots. And we've lost sight of them again. So, steady on rough course. Yeah, this become relatively interesting. And we got the just little tiny destroyers here, which are double barrel 4.1 British design and a single launcher on the back. But they do have more gun turrets. There's the pure guns. And so far, no, we have got to hit half belt penetration for 2,500 damage. Let's bring the rear guns into action, considering that it doesn't look like they're actually firing. Also slow down to bolt, that way the heavy cruisers can actually kind of catch up. Build the destroyers, or at least more easily. And allow New Mexico in the back to actually catch up. Oh, we sunk something into the heavy flooding. I'm pretty sure that was a destroyer. Nope, that was one of the heavy cruisers. Alright then. The destroyers appear to be maneuvering for torpedo attack. So begin a turn immediately. Oh, there's another sinking. That another heavy cruiser sunk. Nope, that's a... That appears to be a battleship. Nope, that's another heavy cruiser sunk. Why are you murdering? You all busy murdering this heavy cruiser. Alright, goodbye heavy cruiser, you're now dead. Oh, we did lose a destroyer though, looks like. Yeah, we lost the Haven. Wait, hold on. Are the destroyers in screen mode actually surging forward to launch a torpedo attack? Say it isn't so. Most of the line should be out of range of those torpedoes incoming. Performance definitely... Oh, sunk to the structural damage. Yeah, I took a torpedo hit. Yeah, it actually looks like this... But the question is, do they actually launch? Because they're aimed. Oh, and the heavy cruiser Fall River is just riding the Abbott. Alright, good job, guys. Russell seems to do excessive fire. Those torpedoes are again falling behind. Are you guys switching targets constantly? I think you might be. But yes, well done, Fall River and Abbott. Do not avoid. Just get out of the way. Oh, nope. Barris actually did launch her torpedoes. Abbott, though, is a very interesting move. Oh, there's Agincourt dead. Agincourt's very, very dead. This could have been, because I'm pretty sure Stealth either built or got an AI build of 20-inch torpedoes, or 20-inch guns. AI gave us 13.1-inch guns, like... What even is the tonnage of their BBs? 42,000 tons? What? AI? I mean, the rules are, you know, you get one chance, off you go. Caesar is also about to die horribly. I don't even know if they have modern... They have modern 1, they didn't even go modern 2. What in the world is the AI doing? Oh, there's a transport over there. Running away bravely. The transport has torpedo tubes. What? Why does the transport have torpedo tubes, guys? What? What? Are we sure this is not a Q ship? Are we sure this is not a Q ship? Considering it's got multiple 3.1-inch guns, 2.1-inch gun, 4.5 castle looks like, and a long center line, and then 2 torpedo tubes. Because, you know, that's understandable. Valiant sinks. Fall River is actually in bad way. So they are actually focusing down on the heavy cruiser, which is smart of them. The surviving destroyers have actually pulled back. Probably because most of the enemy destroyers have sunk. What is even left on the enemy side? Oh, I think it's just like destroyers. I think it's literally just the destroyers that are left. Angle course in. The heavy cruisers are, except for Tunuza. Tunuza, I'm going to detach you by yourself. I don't think you've even fired once due to where you're at. You stayed on the opposite side of the screen. Alright, you can stop rubbing up against Long Beach there. Mertz. Time for you guys to get closer. That we can, you know, begin engaging. Get you guys into some sort of line. That way, hopefully, you might be... No, angle problems, yeah. I figured as much. Drive you guys forward so that you can hopefully engage. Oh, 16-inch round. That's it. Main tower, partial pen. Yeah, all the destroyers are what's left. And the transport has just gotten away. I was worried these guys would just run off. Yeah, these guys are almost 40 knots. That's all where all the weight went instead of torpedoes or that. Oh, they have actually launched other torpedoes. They're actually small torpedoes. Yeah, no, these guys could have just dashed off and killed that transport. In fact, I think Scorpion and Menace might be trying to do just that. And we can't actually catch them if they decide to do that. If they actually break out and get to there, we can't actually stop them. So we need to come about, swing the line around. Oh, one of them sunk. Oh, the one that came a bit close. And that is the Arno, also looking like it's about to die. Oh, now you launch torpedoes. Now that all the battleships are sunk, now you launch torpedoes. Well done. Well done. And the ship you launched against is also dead. Ghost Hawk has been nuked. I think a 16-inch round. And then it's just the Ariel, which is actually has some armor. What is she's armor? Oh, she's armored up like we are. Huh. But, you know, some protection. Not enough, though. Definitely not enough. And then there's just Menace and Scorpion left. Well, all in all, we did fairly well for ourselves. Oh, engine penetration, fire flooding. We only lost 2 destroyers? Yeah, because we started with 8 destroyers. We have, well, 3 destroyers, so that's... We didn't lose any points from fleet sinking. This battle was handed to me because the AI built these 50,000 ton ships for battleships when they're going up against 108,000 or basically 109,000 ton ships like particularly Montana's. Like, come on, AI. You handed me the win there. Same thing with the heavy cruisers. Exact same thing with the heavy cruisers. Like, they were just simply outgunned by our heavy cruisers. I mean, also the battleships not being large enough caliber engaging us is, yeah, part of the problem. Yeah, only 3 ships lost. Yeah, this is... Oh, I think this just says cadets for everything. No, this is veterans. So, cadet crews, maximum bulkheads, fair, and 13.1-inch guns. Alright. I don't know why they did that. I'm gonna quickly, yeah, 1950, 1930, yeah, okay. I'm gonna quickly see if it builds something different if I say, you know, go again. Just to see. Because I know the AI can build. Heck, I'm gonna go over the British side. Yeah, super battleship, 92,000 tons. Mark 5, 20-inch round guns. It just decided, oh no, 13.1-inch. That's what we need. That's exactly what we need. Alright, let's see if the AI builds anything different, or if it keeps building the same stuff. This just as a test. Alright, that really does look like it actually designed. Okay, it's also cloudy what it looks like. And we also actually spawned at a good angle for this. The traitor of outside formation. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, 4 double 20-inch guns on absolutely tiny barbettes. And triple 6.4-inch guns and secondaries. Like, this is actually a much better designed battleship this time for that little test. And that's the heavy cruiser, which is not too bad a heavy cruiser, actually. Just looking at it. 3 triple 7.4-inch guns, which are probably going to be higher marked than ours. Like, it is not a bad destroyer. Not destroyer, cruiser. Also got more secondaries and all that. Like, this is out of range at the moment. But it's not a bad design. I mean, it's a little bit far back, that X turret, but then again, they did also put a secondary gun turret in the middle, or 2 secondary gun turrets in the middle, so what can you do? What can you do? Yeah, I know. This is just to see if the AI would actually build something, you know, sensible, and it did. We actually got, you know, in this mock, you know, what if battle, we actually scored first round hits. And yet, this one would have sunk immediately. Yeah. See, this is what I was expecting when I set the AI to be 1950s, is this. Yeah, like that. Not 13.1-inch guns at, you know, 50,000 tons. Now, these things are probably much more. But we did score some hits. Yeah, no, like, this is what I was expecting. Having the design ships around, you know, being hit. And all that. Hopefully, against superior gunfire. Which these guns definitely are. Considering, you know, they hit something and they probably kill. Like, Zarkon is on fire now. Just on fire. And there goes, Bingley Bass. And the Zarkon is now dead. And then we've lost sight of them because of destroyers. And then Browns are still armed at the Zarkon. Like, this is what I was expecting. Actually competently built, battleships with big guns that are actually a major threat against most of our ships instead of 13.1-inch rounds. I'm curious what one of these gunshots, provided they actually hit, will do to, our design, provided where it hits the armor. But we'll just hang around until a shot hits Overpen on the main deck, which is actually pretty good. Again, it is 20-inch gun, Mark V. Pacific Colorado was about to die in our little not actual game. Just no. I mean, she survived better than some heavy cruisers did, but she's basically been toasted. So, see the battle. So this is a fake battle at this point. So, thank you all for coming out. To do so, 3 per battleship, 9. You have a heavy cruiser is 6. 1 per destroyer is another 6. So we had 6 before. 12. And 9 is 21. We got 20. I'm doing math. Math is not good. 20 something. 21 plus 6 is 27. I was getting tired. I'm getting tired when it's, that simple math goes, no, I don't know what it is, Chief. So, thank you all for coming out. Hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, weekend. And I'm interested to see if the other admirals, I know Stealth at least either had or built 20-inch guns himself, or had the AI build 20-inch guns on the opposing side. So at least one other admiral actually faced 20-inch guns instead of 13.1. I'm curious what the other admirals will either build or will run into for the AI, considering in 2 different test games you have, what is probably a very large battleship, probably close to same tonnage with 20-inch guns versus 50,000 ton 13.1s. Take care, and have a good one, everyone.